Hello. I want to say a few words today about romance and sex. And very often we think that romance and sex should automatically go together and that they are one and the same thing. And that's not always the case. Sometimes it is, of course, and ideally sex is part of a committed and truly intimate relationship rather than being a one-night stand scenario or booty call, friends with benefits, or whatever the arrangement is. Because romance, true romance, is about love and intimacy and creating a beautiful experience for the people involved, and we want to nurture those sorts of true romantic experiences in our lives because they make us feel warm, they make us feel loved and cherished. However, when we replace or mistake sexual encounters with romance, it can cause a lot of heartache and we can get really muddled up and confused. And it can colour our picture of true romance and relationships in our lives for the future. But when we use our Safe Relationship Toolbox and we understand that not everybody thinks that romance and sex go together, then we can use our discernment and we can choose what types of situations we want to go in. So true romance is about intimacy on every level. It's about caring for the other person. It's about wanting to create a romantic outcome, which isn't about disconnected sex with this person and that person over there, because we're searching desperately for romance. But casual sex isn't romantic if we think about it clearly, because being used for sex isn't romantic and it's not a loving thing for us to do to another human being, or importantly to ourselves, because we need to have a loving and intimate relationship with ourselves. And when we do, we are less likely to want to go into denial and to con ourselves into believing that when we're engaging in casual sex, it's actually romantic. And after we've engaged in those scenarios, it doesn't feel romantic at all. And sometimes we come out of those scenarios not feeling good about ourselves at all. And it can even impact on our self-esteem. So I wanted to tease apart the issues of sex and romance and to help us to not become confused between the two, so that we potentially have our heart broken because we may have entered into a sexual arrangement thinking that one day it may lead to a romantic relationship. And some people know that we often get muddled up between sex and romance, and they can use that information in order to draw certain people into a sexual arrangement, thinking that they're going into a bona fide committed relationship, whereas in fact, romance has been used as a lure to pull someone into a potentially casual relationship, thinking that it's all about the romance and that this person loves them and desires them. And that person may desire us, but it may be for the wrong reasons and not for romantic and loving reasons. And the outcome will show us whether someone has romantic feelings towards us, because someone who is truly serious towards us and who loves us will not want to push us into a romantic sexual situation that we're not ready for, because that's not love. Love is gentle, love is kind, and love wants to show itself in action. And therefore, I wanted to just highlight the point today that for many people who are engaging in sexual situations and relationships only, they could be being drawn into situations using romance and seduction and all the right words and potentially doing all the right things, but the situation may turn out to just be a casual relationship that is not based on romance and love at all. So it's a pretty good idea to step back, take our time, have a close look at what is going on, and just write in our safe relationship log what the other person is doing and what we're sensing coming through that other person, and whether that person is coercing us into a sexual relationship but covering it up with a romantic exterior, which, as I say, we may not find out until we are way down the line and our heart has been drawn in to a situation using seduction and romance as the bait in order to keep us hooked in to a situation that has absolutely nothing to do with romance. So, as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye bye.